Alright, fellas and lady. If you see a spot like this, it's because I blew a hole in it on power D or power C and I had to fix it. This, I already put one bead on, I grinded it smooth, and then I put another small bead just to kind of hit the crack. And we're going to grind that smooth again. As we come on this side, oh, the light's not in the right spot, but we can always move it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Almost broke the light, look at this. Hang on a second. Oh, okay. Alright, as we come to this side, you can see I welded it, grinded it, welded it again. And then there's some chunky stuff up in here because I can't get the grinder up in there. So obviously it looks awful, but this thing is completely solid, y'all. Like, I'm so happy with how this is coming out so far. Like, if you can remember, this was just a pit of rust earlier. That is a lot of solid metal on there. This thing is absolutely rock solid. Can't wait to put this final piece on, cap it off. We're gonna grind it down, paint it up, and we're gonna be there very soon, guys. I'm so excited. And lady. All right, just 60 seconds later, we are on the inside of this trailer, and look right here, dude. You can't even see where the new metal was and the trailer was. That's super clean weld job. So happy with this. There's maybe a tiny little piece here and there that could let you know this was rewelded, but I mean, you've got to be a super genius, super observant person to take a look at this trailer. It's gonna have all new, brand new parts, and pulling a brand new jet ski to say, hey, look, something's wrong there. Like, it just won't happen. So y'all, I'm happy. Go. All right, so this is the galvanizing compound. It comes out super thick and fast. That's crazy. Look at the run over here. All right, so just be careful when you're using this. And I've got gloves on, so it makes it harder to control. I think I'm gonna take my gloves off and try again. There we go. No gloves. That's where it's at. All right, I'm gonna try and shoot a little bit up in there. Maybe on a little downward angle. He shot him at a downward angle. All right. Yeah, it's looking tight. Okay. All right, so that's gonna be it for this side. The inside, I suppose I should say. It's gonna be it for the inside. I'm gonna now mount this plate to the outside, put on our little top rail, weld, grind, and again, give it another coat of our galvanizing compound. This is badass. And then, y'all, we're getting so close. Like, this is ridiculous. This thing's gonna be so solid. Like, look how sweet that weld looks right there. I'm no what do you call this, metalsmith guy, but I'm happy with this, guys. Like, this is gonna be so solid. All right, so for anybody who's curious, I picked up this little Lincoln electric welder. It runs on a 110 or a 125, I suppose, nowadays. And I picked this up like 20 freaking years ago when I was like 16 years old. Anyway, it's the Weld Pack 100. It still works great. I welded most of this on power level C, which we're about to switch back to, and I'm about to show you why, and this will make a little more sense. So here's a tack weld with power level C. Here's a tack weld with power level D. Power level D, as you can see, is ripping right through our metal. So the thicker the metal you have, the stronger the power. So if you remember that last clip when I put the bead on the back side, it was a very thin looking bead. That was actually power level B, and it was a mistake that it was on B. I thought it was on C. Anyway, it worked out just fine. It looks beautiful back there. However, the moral of the story is, when you have thicker metal, use a higher power. So D or E or whatever you like would go up the alphabet, and A is the very smallest. And I've never even used A because this is 1/8 inch. Obviously you can use 1/16 inch, but what's smaller than that? So I don't know what you use A on. Anyway, that's a D tack, and that is a C tack. That's what we're looking for there. So anyway, I switched it back to C. We're gonna run a bead here, and then up here, and then we're gonna grind off the excess down here. We're gonna have to fill a little bit, and I think I'm actually just gonna push it a little bit right here, and that's gonna help bridge that gap. We're gonna grind off the extra off the top. Grinding this stuff's super easy. This is 1/8 inch flat steel, and it seriously comes off so easy. And then we'll attach. That's not it. That's a piece of aluminum. All right, so then we will attach our last piece here. As you can tell, it's pitch black dark outside. I'm working under this 500 watt light, and it's getting pretty late. It's probably about 10 o'clock or so. Hopefully I can finish this off in about an hour and then head to sleep. All right, so there's one pass on power level C all the way down here. For anyone who's looking to pick up welding and wants to know a little more, you're gonna need a couple things. You're gonna need some serious leather gloves. These things go all the way up to almost to my elbow. And when you weld, you're gonna wear pants. These probably aren't even ideal jeans because the weld will still go through there, but at least pants is better than no pants, or better than like some sort of jogging pant or spandex or any sort of like gym material would be terrible. But anyway, I digress. You're also gonna need a wire brush. So the wire brush is so that way after you lay your weld, you want to see what it looks like. And you can see this one's not terrible, and I believe that I went a little fast, and maybe somebody who welds for a living can tell me, but I'm pretty sure that I was moving along a little too fast, and it's leaving these little craters on the bottom side here. However, I am going to grind this piece of metal off the bottom, and I'm going to put another second pass on this. But anyway, so that's what your wire brush is for, because you actually want to be able to knock this stuff off and see exactly what you did. And you're gonna need a hood or a helmet, and I would recommend getting one that that is the more expensive type, that you can see through it, right? And then you see like there's a delay and a max see-through or whatever, and you can set those things. And the point is that the cheap one, it might only cost 20 bucks, but the problem is you're gonna need both your hands for welding. And if you have to reach up and grab your helmet to flip it down every time, it is so hard to work with. So if you weld for more than like just a day or two, I would recommend getting the one. It's probably 50 bucks or something, but go spend the money on a better helmet. I would say you can get a cheap wire brush for like $6. That ain't no thing, but get you a good helmet, get you a good pair of gloves. These are actually cheap gloves, but they do the trick. But I'd spend your money on your helmet if you're spending extra money. Anyway, the welder I believe I bought this for 120 bucks, but like I said, that was like 20 years ago. It might be similar. I really don't even know. So like I said, this welder is still kicking butt 20 years later. I don't use it that often though, but anyway, that's what I know about welding. I don't know that much, but if you're a beginner and you're looking to do maybe a project like this, just throwing my 2 cents out there. Maybe this helps. Maybe this sounds ridiculous to the guys who actually weld for a living, but it's, you know, what I can say about welding. I'm not a welder, but there you have it. So I have completely welded and then grinded down the first layer. Put another little second layer on power C right here. I used power D for this piece here. We're gonna grind that smooth right there. Put in our last piece. Alright, we're almost finished with this project. There's all the welds in the final piece. Oh, we're just gonna grind it smooth. See if there's anything we missed. Paint it. We're done. I can't wait. Alright, like I said earlier, I'm no metalsmith, but damn, that looks good. I'm so happy with how this came out. There's a little crook in it right here, but other than that, oh my god, that looks so much better than that rusted pile of crap we had earlier. As soon as I paint this galvanizer on there, man, we're gonna be in business. And I cannot wait to go pick up my new ski. So y'all stay tuned. We're picking up the new ski very soon. All right, so I'm super excited to go pick up the new jet ski. It's still not in. I talked to the dealership. They said they don't know when it's going to be in. This is October 24th, 2021. It's a new Spark Trix 2022. A Trix 2-up, 90 horsepower. It is beautiful. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I cannot wait to cut up and do some tricks on it. I have no idea how to do tricks on a Trix, but we're gonna figure it out. So y'all stay tuned. Some really cool stuff coming up with this jet ski. And you know, I'm happy that although this guy really screwed me on this trailer, that I've got it back together, less than $400. And yeah, I'm gonna put that, what, $1,250 savings in my pocket, you know, and that'll be a down payment on the Spark. So I'm just happy that this is gonna work out just fine. This is one solid trailer, so I'm very happy with how this came out. And I think it's gonna ride really nice with new bearings and tires and every other little new piece of something I put on here. I think it's gonna work out just fine. Not too shabby. All right, although we're still in the 500 watt light at nighttime, just wanted to show y'all how this came out painted. It looks beautiful. There's a little bit of a wave to this action here, but the outside line looks really nice. I'm pretty sure that it's going to steer just fine. It's going to look great going down the road with its new bearings and tires. I ended up putting that galvanizing compound everywhere else. You can see it on the fenders, on these side braces, and I even just kept going with it. It was spraying so nicely and covering so thick. I ended up just throwing it on the axle there. And I might even, this stuff works so well, I think I'm going to buy a second can and do a second coat, or maybe flip this entire trailer upside down and do a coat on the bottom side, and just make sure that this is going to last for a while and look really good. Obviously, like I said, it's getting a brand new ski, so I don't want it to look like junk. And so far, so good. It's looking great, guys. I'm super happy with how this turned out, that I was able to kind of turn this around. A bad situation with somebody really trying to get one over on me. And this did take, I want to estimate 3 or 4 hours of work. So that time is very valuable. A little bit of time. And I learned a little bit along the way, because it's been so long since I've welded. So it's nice to get back in that groove and figure out the whole welding thing and get a little more confidence welding. And real quick, we can add up the prices. This is a $100 tire. That's a $100 tire. There's a $50 bearing approximately, and a $50 bearing in here, or I should say wheel hub. So we're already at $300 for parts. That's the most expensive stuff there was. The lights, I want to say, were only $30. The winch was around $25, $30. The jack was about $25, $30. So we can go 3, 6, 90. And that was $22. Plus maybe $5 of weld. I also used up a complete cutting blade and a complete grinding blade, probably $5 a piece. But we're talking about, what, $580 for a trailer that's going to last quite a while and cost $1,600 brand new. So still a savings of over $1,000, and a little bit of hard work. It really wasn't that hard. I just, you know, like I said, 3 hours worth of work for that, and then probably 3 hours worth of work to get all the other parts on here. So we're talking about a total of about 6 hours for $1,000. So I think that, well, personally, I don't get paid, I don't know what that would be, $133 an hour or something like that. So it was well worth my time to put in 6 hours on this in order to save $1,000 or over 1,000. Anyway, I learned something. I hope you guys learned something, and stick with us for the next one, because we're not done. We're just getting started. We've only had this channel for about a year, and if you want to see us grow, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and then leave a comment. The craziest thing you saw tonight, or something you weren't expecting. Maybe if you are a woman and you watch this channel, I'd love to hear from you. If you're a guy and you want to get back into welding, I want to hear from you as well. Anything in between, y'all hit us up. I'd love to hear the feedback, and thank y'all so far. We've been growing, I guess, more than we could even expect, you know. And I like making these videos. I hope you like watching them. Thank y'all so much. See y'all in the next one. So thank y'all for watching. Subscribe for more, obviously, and y'all be safe out there so y'all can return home still alive.